Hey there, everybody. This is gameplay commentary for Black Ops. I'm just taking one of my old videos out and voicing over that one. But basically, what I wanted to do was talk a little bit about Crysis 2 because it just came out about 3 days ago from when I'm making this video. Hopefully, it comes up the same day on Friday. But basically, I spent an entire 12 hours playing Crysis single-player campaign. I do want to make a note of that. I haven't played enough multiplayer to really make a good review about it, but I do want to talk about the single-player of the campaign. And a lot of people, you know, when they make these reviews, they tend to be like, "Oh, I don't want to, I don't want to compare it to other games and stuff like that." But to be honest, I feel like that's kind of what everyone wants to do. You kind of want to know how does it differ from like huge blockbuster games like Halo Reach and Black Ops, for instance. And so that's what I wanted to do. I played it through the entire campaign with the Halo Reach campaign in mind, with the Call of Duty campaign in mind, and I just want to say now that I am gonna try my best to be as neutral yet as honest as possible, because I really don't want to sound like a fanboy just saying, "Oh, you gotta go get Crysis, you gotta go get Crysis, the most amazing game in the world." Which in some aspects it really is the best in some categories. For instance, the hype behind the graphics engine is just as much as you'd expect it to be. When I was playing it, it really was the best graphics I've ever seen on any video game. But the problem with me is after 15 or 20 minutes of just going, "Wow, this is amazing, this looks awesome, this looks so realistic," in the end it's kind of one of those things where you kind of do want more than just good graphics. You kind of want good plot line, or maybe you want better gameplay. Oh, right here, gameplay. Okay, I just got my chopper gunner and immediately died. Anyways, back to Crysis. I guess I'll start off with comparing it to Call of Duty. Right from the get-go, I felt like this game was going to be between Call of Duty and Halo, just because it's more of one of those realistic, using guns that somewhat exist. I mean, they're a little modded because it's supposed to be 10 years into the future. But it's like Call of Duty in the way that the kills take, it's quick kills, just like Call of Duty. It's not like Halo where you have to, 5 shots with the DMR or something like that. And the campaign is a lot like Call of Duty 2, where nothing makes sense, literally, at all until the very end. I'm not going to give anything away, but you're playing the whole time through the game just wondering like what you're doing, what objectives, like what's your main goal. It seems like everyone's just shouting orders at you and you're just following, and I didn't figure anything out. Partly, I don't know whether it's because I didn't play the first Crysis, or if the game's just like that. Let me know in the comments below, but I definitely was super confused until the very end, in which it cleared up a little bit. It's almost like in Black Ops when, oh yeah, right, I don't want to give anything away. It's like in Black Ops where at the very end there's like 1 or 2 levels where it's just pretty much all cinematics, explaining absolutely everything. And Crysis kind of went down the same path there. It wasn't until at the very end when you go, "Oh, okay, I think I know what's going on." I definitely still feel like I'm gonna have to play through the campaign levels a couple more times before I really realize what's going on here. But so that's how it's like Call of Duty. At the same time, it's not like Call of Duty because it's not point and shoot like Call of Duty is. It's got the armor ability. You have the nano suit abilities like cloak and armor, and it is really an interesting addition to the gameplay, because not only do you have to point and shoot your gun, but you also have to think about your energy levels, and I enjoyed that. It was definitely fun, but in the end, I definitely felt like after playing it for like 8 hours straight, I kind of felt like I kind of got tired of it, to be honest. I didn't really want to have to think about putting on armor and whatnot. But I've yet to see, you know, what it does in multiplayer, really. So I'll check that out. And I heard that a lot of people are saying, you know, Crysis is a lot more open world than Call of Duty. And I kind of want to clarify that it's not. It's not an open world game. It's still linear. It's still get from point A to point B. The only difference is instead of walking down a hallway, you're walking down a giant courtyard. You know, and that's it. That's the limit of its, you know, open worldness, I guess, in using air quotes. I don't know why, other than that, why people think that it's any different from any other first-person shooter campaign. Anyways, with Halo, it's like Halo because obviously it's got the same sort of theme. You know, you're in this amazing, superhuman, cool armor robot suit thing, and you're fighting aliens, and that's the extent of where it is a lot like Halo. The disappointing thing was I found out that you couldn't use alien weapons. It's the game is limited to something like 6 or 7 guns, which is, you know, it's fine because I did feel like when I was playing Call of Duty, the campaign, I was just kind of like, you know, what's the big difference between all these guns? They're all the same thing. They're all ARs, but there's a variety of guns, but there's not too many. It's not like Call of Duty, but yet there's a little bit more variety than Halo. One problem that I did run into playing the game was, although it was just a beautiful game, there was a lot of rendering issues and sort of glitches. And for some reason, some reviews are saying that the AI in the game is amazing, and then some videos are saying that it's terrible. And I agree with the ones that say it's not the greatest. I mean, it's not terrible, but there's a lot of instances where I would find the enemy AI just stuck in a doorway and they're just walking in place. Sometimes I would just see, you know, I would do all this crazy stuff, and then I turn around and I just see, you know, a cephaloid just strolling around, like not even acknowledging that everything's blowing up. And one of the more humorous things that me and my friend found when we were playing through it is the cell operators, which were the bad human enemies, the human enemies that you have to fight. They make the most ridiculous. They do the most ridiculous things. Like, you would kill absolutely everyone on the squad save one guy. There's one guy left, and then you just, you know, take cover behind a box or something like that, and then you'll hear him say something like, "All clear," you know, or "Target neutralized," or you know, "False alarm," or something like that. And it's just kind of like, that's ridiculous. I just killed half your entire squad, and he's not gonna say anything. Anyways, it looks like I ran out of my 9 minutes. I'm probably gonna post up another video of the same thing. So click on part 2 if you're interested in hearing the rest of my review.